The Bobbie Boys have gone down in gangster and lyrical lore as certified legends versed in the strength of street knowledge and hood justice. One of Miami's most savage drug gangs, they allegedly killed to establish their turf and to retaliate against rivals. Murder was their game, and they massacred enemies recklessly. Executions and gangland-style killings, their MO AK-47s blasted indiscriminately, laying waste to those who got in their way. Miami police linked as many as 35 murders and 100 shootings to the Bobbie Boys, as they allegedly unleashed an 8-year barrage of murder and mayhem in the city. Newspaper headlines called it a decade of death, but in the streets, it was what it was. It was gangsterism. Still, it was more. The Bobbie Boys were respected, loved, and hated all at once. Their movement was strong, so with power came respect. Because in the game, that's what it's all about. They embodied the gangsta's creed, my brother's keeper, all for one, and ride or die. In Miami's mean streets, they built an $80 million drug empire that smuggled over 5 tons of coke from Panama and the Bahamas. Their supply of yayo was feeding over 25 Florida cities and 12 states with the illegal drug. In cementing their cocaine enterprise, it's alleged by police that they wreaked havoc, warring with other drug factions in the Miami-Dade area and leaving death in their wake. The AK-47 sprayed rapid fire, and as a result, the turf wars raged unabated, furious, and out of control. It was a scary time for the community and police, with guns blasting every night and bodies dropping, but it was also a time of street legends being born in a hail of gunfire. Kenneth "Bobbie" Williams was the namesake of the Bobbie Boys, the alleged mastermind of the Carol City gang that police say left a trail of bodies on the streets of Miami, blood running cold on the sidewalk as they trafficked in millions of dollars of cocaine, taking no prisoners and showing no mercy. Like Tony Montana, they turned the Sunshine State into MIYAYO, a virtual narco zone and the distribution capital of the Western Hemisphere. In the MIA, it was about that bang bang and bricklaying. Take a journey into the life of street legends and original gangsters, the Bobbie Boys. As with most hood legends, it usually takes a rapper to put them on the map. They can be certified in their hood and city like the Bobbie Boys were, but until a rapper takes them national, they're just the latest ghetto star. In the Bobbie Boys case, it was gangsta rapper William Rick Ross Roberts who glorified their legend in his rhymes. In his song White House on Port of Miami, he rapped, "Let me think back to '96 when Bobbie had the realest nigga feeling like a bitch." He also shouted out the crew in the Trilla intro. Shout out to Kenny Williams, shout out to E4, shout out to Fish Grease. To the public, Bobbie was nothing more than a drug dealer with a murderous bent, but to Ross he was a friend and mentor. To me, Bobbie is the Carol City cartel, what Larry Hoover was to the gangster disciples. Ross credits the notorious Bobbie as his most important mentor and credits Bobbie with founding the Carol City cartel. Ross says that before Bobbie was apprehended by the FBI, he passed the rap gauntlet to Ross, his protege. The dude that initially put me into the music game is Bobbie. My music touches on his lifestyle. Bobbie helped a lot of people in the hood and inspired a lot of positive things. The downside to it was that he was accused of over 100 homicides and for running a multi-million-dollar drug enterprise, explained Ross. The stuff I talk about is real. The dope is real. The gun talk is official. Look up Kenneth "Bobbie" Williams. Look where he's from. That's not nothing to be proud of. I wish that on no man. But just to let you know, that's what I witnessed. It's a reality. Since his debut on the national scene with Everyday I'm Hustlin' Ross, has claimed affiliation with the Bobbie Boys. Them niggas were doing their thing. I was just watching. I was a fan of the game. I sat on the porch and watched the Cadillacs go by, said Ross. The nigga I talk about on my record is Kenneth "Bobbie" Williams. He was featured on America's Most Wanted in 1999. He got 3 life sentences, and they said it's going to take 5 more years before they get to all of the murders. His only conviction was a federal firearms conviction. He's just a rapper, an entertainer who got his start as a prison guard. Maybe that's how he first met Bobbie. The real characters of his rhymes have a different take on it all. Ross is the homie, Chico says. He was unconscious of the full effect behind his actions. I know his intentions were good, but it was bad PR for our case. You have niggas still fighting to overturn this shit. It's not a good look when we're arguing the allegations were hyped, distortions, and straight up fabricated, but then a nigga with nationwide exposure is constantly trying to validate it with glory. Hip-hop rap music and its content is so powerful, it travels beyond the realm of our ghetto. Plex gives his take on the matter also. Chico said it best, but for real it was lightweight, a sucka move, Plex says. Because it's like he validating what the crackers said by putting a Bobbie Boys t-shirt on. Who the fuck is the Bobbie Boys? Straight up, people don't even call Black Bobbie. We call him Black. So if dude was out to support his man, he should have put on a black t-shirt. Still, it is what it is. Dude a rapper, he did some rapper shit, so I ain't mad. I just hope he moves a little more wisely in the future and stands up for his man, Black, when the time comes, you feel me? But as far as Carol City Cartel, I didn't have nothing to do with that. I was street life mob. Ross and them were little niggas back then. I did me musically, and they're doing them. If 4 looks at it all a little differently. It's all entertainment, he says. I am just glad to see someone from where I used to be reach stardom. I wish Rick Ross all my blessings. I send him all my shout-outs. Rappers have to know where to draw the line between reality and entertainment, though. Chico explains why. I was in USP Lee County when the Ross Hustlin' single dropped, Chico says. One morning on my way to the yard, my case manager stopped me. He said, "Harper, did you see the TV this morning?" I thought my case had gotten overturned or something. As I looked bewildered and waited for him to continue, he said, "Your homeboy is representing for you all Bobbie Boys. MTV aired the video early this morning." This was a middle-aged white dude, living in the mountains of Virginia or nearby in the surrounding area. When I first got word from the street about Ross's statements concerning our case, I tried to reach out to him, Chico says. My intentions were just to explain to him how to be more responsible with his words and actions. After failing to make direct contact with the homie, I sent another homie to the Hustlin' video shoot. He spoke to Ross personally and was told that Bobbie gave the green light for the attention. My man left Ross with my concerns, and that was that. Since he said Bobbie had stamped it, that's who I followed up with. I knew Bobbie better. That information couldn't have been accurate. To Ross's credit, Bobbie never hit me back. I could only assume that it was true. That fucked me up because niggas didn't realize that this was bigger than a rapper trying to be vilified or a villain trying to be glorified. For some cats, they might feel some type of commemoration for this type of association. Not for me, though. Association is what got me convicted in that courtroom and sentenced to life to start with. I didn't support that shit. Chico didn't blame Rick Ross, though. If you enjoyed from this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.